All right.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
All right. So let me do this.
You sent me on Twitch, CJ.
Um, Type in the chat real quick. Let me see if I can see you. Nah, I don't see you yet.
Oh, I always do that. I gotta put hey.
Why does YouTube?
What's up?
I got I got yeah. How come I don't see
You looking for the Twitch
um no? It looks like on
on YouTube?
YouTube it's still like saying waiting or something.
Let me
Mhm.
check. Let me check on my account. I got the notification that we're live
All
right
right. Let
now,
me.
and we're live right now. So we're live on YouTube. We're
All
Gucci,
right.
bro,
All
and we're
right. All
live.
right.
We're live. We're live. We're live.
Hello everyone. Hello Vince World.
Hello.
Well,
Hello.
hello, Crohn's
Hello.
and
Hello.
Sexy. Hello, Nels. Hello, Jordan. Hello, Red. How you guys doing today?
Doing fantabulous. How about
That's
yourself?
great. That's great. I'm doing great myself.
Congratulations, Yaladosha.
Right. So like today yeah, today let's talk about the love languages, man. So I'm gonna okay. I actually yep. And so right, yeah, I might actually do my post today, my personal post about that, just to kind of keep the vibe going, you know. And so,
I mean, it's
but
interesting, bro.
it is interesting, and
Like
so
it opened my world. Even though my relationship was good, it made it better. Made
mm-hmm,
us both, understand how to love each other in the correct way.
and me and Lindsay we're already kind of like I think I know what you are, but let's go. Let's go ahead and do it. Like that. Yep. No surprises. Access service because that's what I always say. Could you do this? Could you do this? All right. So let me hit the record button here. Oh, please ask the host to give you permission.
Who's the host? Run Run?
Who chose? Me. Cause I came on Earth first.
Yes,
Mm.
sir.
Oh man. What I do?
I think on the yeah share screen or
Yeah, I got
something,
it. You wanna share a screen?
or no like or you have to do like the settings or something. You have to like give me the ability to
Yeah, you could just pass him host. Like click on
How
this
you
little
how you
three
do that?
dots up top, like on his video.
make
There's like
host.
three dots, and then you can scroll down and hit make host.
Yeah, there you go. And you're there.
Alrighty. So much
Cool.
so much responsibility.
It's such hard work.
So all right. All right.
Hold on.
All right. Cool. All right. And
Lordy, lordy, lordy.
okay. All right, guys. I'm hitting record.
Okay.
All
Alrighty.
right. Hey, everybody. This is Jordan, Crohn's Veteran. Thank you for joining us today. I'm with my amazing co-host, CJ and Renika. How are you guys doing today?
Good, and you hope you're doing good as well.
Doing great.
If if you like our show, you like our content, please subscribe on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, or of course on our YouTube channel as well, our Cross Veteran channel too. And so today, guys, we're talking about the five love languages. And so CJ and I were tasked recently to read this book for another project that we're working on. And so we've been reading it. I believe that Renika's already read it because she's an amazing person. So so that's what we want to talk about. So I'll start with CJ and CJ. Tell me a little bit about what you thought about with the book, man.
Honestly, when I was first recommended the book, I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, oh, they want me to read about love. All right, I'll give it a go. I went in open-minded, and it honestly changed my mind. It really did. Um, Starting with like just the five principles, like there are different ways to love. It showed me that love is just complex and not one way works for everybody. Everybody is different, and in order for your relationship to thrive, you have to, put in the effort to learn that your partner's primary love language.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah, because there can be a lot of conflict that could be just literally avoided. Like it's kind of just like friction that doesn't have to be there because the person's needs aren't being met, and this could be like literal ignorance.
Yeah.
And so for the folks out there that don't know or have not read the book yet, well, one, there's a quiz you can take online to find out what your love language is. But also, the book is by this guy named Gary Chapman, and the five love languages, according to him, are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time,
Mhm.
and physical touch. And not everybody is one or the other. Usually it's
Right.
kind of because it usually it's kind of like a blend of that, and one of those love languages usually comes out on top. And so I know, Renika, what's been your experience with with this concept?
Well, my experience has been when I first was introduced to the five love languages, I had no idea what they were. I just knew that when I would describe myself, I would describe myself as that if you buy me something, I don't really care about the gift.
Mm-hmm.
But if you tell me I'm gonna spend time with you on a Saturday during your football game or Saturday during the game is on, so you took out time to be with me uninterrupted. I felt like, oh my God, I need that. So quality time is definitely one of my love languages. And also my other one is definitely words of affirmation. I like to be saying, good job, you did this well. I like the encouragement. That feeds that really fuels me and it shows me that people who are around me really see what I'm about. And I think that when a person understands your love language, they can love you better because they're loving you from the perspective of how you needing to be loved versus from loving you from the perspective of how they think they should love you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about how everybody was brought up. No, not
Yes.
everybody was
Right.
brought up the same.
Mm-mm.
There's an example in the book where somebody's love language, like this wife's love language was physical touch, but this man grew up in a family where they didn't even touch each other. They didn't show
Mm-hmm.
affection. They didn't hug. They didn't, do any of that. So when he was married, that's what she was longing for. That's what she needed, but he didn't know how to communicate that to her. He thought he was doing just fine, but apparently not because she didn't feel her. It didn't fill her love tank.
Now
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about it, guys. Now, for real, if you have a person that have a different cultural background than you, and you
Mm-hmm.
guys were brought up differently, how can you teach someone to love you the way you need to be loved when they have never been loved that way themselves before? Kind
Just
of like
You have to put in the effort. You have to try.
the other
right.
person have to try. The other person do
Yeah,
because if my love language is I want to hug and kiss you, but you like, oh my God, don't touch me. I'm gonna feel like I'm.
Well, then it might time we time to reassess, the
What's
relationship.
going on? We need to talk about some other things here.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that, and to kind of piggyback what CJ was saying, yeah, like, um, educate the person. People can't read minds, and so
Definitely.
yeah.
like, if you want to be touched, you might want to bring that up, like, because they said like in his example, this guy's walking around thinking everything's fine. If you don't ask the question, how are we doing, or if she doesn't say, she doesn't bring this up, communication is key. So,
hmm That's
because
a
if
big part.
mm-hmm,
That's the biggest thing,
mm-hmm,
communication.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I feel like, me growing up, um, we always say, I love you whenever we leave. My siblings are not on the phone to this day. All right, I love you. I don't care you call me 10 times. You can say I love you in the conversation.
mm-hmm,
And I
mm-hmm,
really think that that is something we always have done. Um, my family's always said, "Good job, you're doing good," and that really gave me motivation to do better. However, when I had gifts given to me, I felt like people felt like I wasn't appreciative
mm-hmm.
because I'm looking like I could have bought me a radio. I could have did that. But if you tell me to take my car to get oil change, what? Thank you. I appreciate that.
I could see that. I
Yeah,
could.
Acts of
but
service.
Mm-hmm,
yeah,
mm-hmm. And
but that
see, It's interesting. It's interesting, Renika, because mine's receiving gifts because I actually texted it to myself, but the little quiz or whatever. But receiving gifts is last for me, for that, and for me, it's like it's really it doesn't matter how much it costs; it matters the thought behind it.
Definitely.
And so and that's because because I remember this is this is a true story. Like, my sister graduated from high school, and so we all flew up to New York to to hang out with her and stuff for the weekend, and then one of the people there had given her like an envelope, pretty much full of cash, right, and kind of looking at me like, so how much you gonna give her, right, and then I'm like, well, I'm not going to get a competition about who has more money here,
right?
But what I will do for you is give you my good conduct medal from the military.
Oh,
because you did a good job in high school.
That is awesome.
And so everybody's like, oh, it's like Jordan, la 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 la. Exactly. So it's the acts of service, the acts of service, or doing something a little bit different. The things that have meaning behind them. Like not just. I really don't believe in that. Just throwing cash and calling it a gift. And so that's why that's kind of why my mind is last. It's because things have to have meaning behind them, for me to, baubles and stuff is cool, but I can have the same thing, like you're not happy enough type thing, and so but for me, other stuff really kind of moves me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's awesome. Go ahead. You have something to say, CJ?
No, I was just agreeing.
Oh,
you also gotta think about there's also different dialects inside of the love language, like with quality time. There's also quality conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, some person you could, if your partner's, love language is quality time, you can spend all the time together. But if you aren't, actually doing anything, y'all are just in a room, y'all are on our phones, you're not like watching TV or anything, not paying attention to each other, y'all aren't filling each other's love tank. Like you actually have to communicate, you actually have to talk to each other to fill that person's love tank. So
yeah, I mean, being physically next to each other does not mean it's quality time.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Some people don't understand that.
Right.
Like uninterrupted time where you're like, it's like people go out to like dinner, and I be seeing people
on their phones. Put the phone down, put it up, just eat.
It's really
conversate
good
with your partner.
Yeah. But people have a hard time having conversation, especially when we're in this world of technology. But if you're with someone in a dinner and someone said, well, let's go to dinner tonight, you like together, I think it's so rude. I've been guilty myself, and I learned the hard way. It's so rude to be on your phone, answering any kind of phone call. It's your undivided attention. It's uninterrupted time with someone. That's quality time. Watch a movie, uninterrupted time with each other. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, if you're in a movie, well, I mean, I don't know if people even go to movie theaters anymore, but if you find yourself in a movie theater, put your stuff on do not disturb type thing.
I hate
because you see somebody's screen light up, like it's like a
globe.
Beam of light in the middle of the theater is really annoying.
What I really hate in the movie theaters are just kids, man. Who don't know how to shut the fuck up. Excuse my language, but like they're literally just like being loud and obnoxious. It's just like, bro, just be quiet and watch the movie. Like, I get it. I get it. We all want to be excited and stuff, but you're like taking away from other people's experience. You know what I mean? But I have to worry about, this person ain't shutting the fuck up, and I can't hear the movie. It's just like, come on now.
You funny, CJ.
And then you turn around and like mean mug people.
Yeah, just give them the death eye. Nah.
Exactly.
I want y'all to research the word. I want y'all to research vasopressin, the dopamines, and oxytocin. Those are 3 different hormones in our bodies. Our bodies produce for different levels of intimacy with people. And for me, I know I said physical touch is not my thing, but pheromones and that time spent, and if you smell so good, something about my olfactory senses is real like sensitive. So if a guy smells really good, I'm attracted to the scent, not the appearance, because in my mind, when I leave, that memory of that smell will be right here in my head. So those hormones are very strong Also, the love languages that I've learned is that even with the physical touch, it's not about a sexual touch. It's more so about an intimate, like a hug or a kiss or a kiss on the cheek,
Yes.
or like a little caress of the shoulder. It's nothing to be sexual, but more intimate. And people have a hard time understanding the word
Hmm.
intimacy and sexual. So that's something that people should also identify as different versus them being into the same. So, but if you got some strong
Yeah,
pheromones,
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
gonna say, woo.
Yeah, for guys, most of their love languages is physical touch, and they automatically assume that it's sex, or
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
sex related.
and not like holding hands or something, or
Exactly.
just like regular stuff.
And
Oh,
then they get offended when their partner doesn't want to have, intercourse with them or do anything sexual, but, you know, you got to
so
communicate.
yeah, yeah. So that's what kind of what you're talking about, that the kind of love languages and dialects and stuff. I mean, because you could both be, yeah, just not communication again. Like if you're not, the guy could say that, yeah, that I like physical touch a lot, and the girl could say I like other physical touch a lot. I think we talk about two totally
That's
different
right.
things.
Exactly.
Mm,
What
Exactly.
you want?
mm,
You want to touch you? You would touch me?
right,
I
right,
like
right,
back rubs. I like massages. That's it. I
right,
want to do
right.
it. What? You said you like physical touch.
But
I came all the
speaking,
way
Nah.
over here, type thing.
I
So.
drove 30 minutes. What you mean?
just to let you know,
Well,
like
I guess it's
if you know your partner like you to encourage her or like you to spend time with her. Once those, like she just said, tanks are fulfilled, then the intimacy part would just come so organically. That's a word for the year, I guess. Organically will come so
Mhm.
organically because you're fulfilling all of the other person's needs. So it's kind of like, okay, my cup is running over. How they say, you feel good. So therefore, everything else is kind of like we're coming to fruition, but still be knowing
You
how.
also want to be careful with overfilling your love tank because, you could get suffocated. You know what I mean? You could be like, man, I'm kind of feeling suffocated. I'm gonna need this person to, calm down, back up little bit. I'm gonna need my room. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Too much of a good thing.
Hmm.
I want to be smothered.
Too
I
much of a
like
good
time
thing, maybe.
myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word smothered.
Yes, smothered.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of a independent dolo type of guy. And so I remember when I was meeting the wife and stuff, and I remember like texting her and talking to her like I'm gonna make it seem like like I'm gonna text her like on Tuesday for Saturday, like every single time, so like because the last thing I need is like, what are you doing? 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 Like every 5 or 10 minutes, like
It's overwhelming.
yeah, that gets overwhelming. So I'm gonna make it seem like I want to talk to you a lot. I want to hang out with you a lot in person. And so, and so we're not gonna, so the only time we talk to you on the phone is instead of seeing you in person. And so that's kind of something I did very different with the wife than previous situations and stuff. Because yeah, I don't, Jordan is 504. Where you at? We're not doing that.
Stay very
So,
persistent.
mhm,
Jordan was from here today. That's
mhm,
awesome. You
mhm.
mentioned about the giving people things with meaning. I have the hardest time giving people birthday presents and Christmas gifts because I buy things for them that has meaning behind it. I don't just buy
Mhm.
you a card. I get you
Same.
a card, but still, but meaning, like meaningful things. And I remember this one of my friends from college, his name is Dimitri. Hey Dimitri, you watching listen to me about you. He knew I love poetry, I love Starburst.
Mhm.
So Valentine's Day, I was in my dormitory and he was like, I got something for you. Come downstairs. I was like, what? He
Dudes.
said, here you go.
Real
He wrote me,
smooth
I got
with
it
it.
to this day. Right, he's so sweet. He gave me on the index card, he typed me a poem and I still have it to this day. And he gave me a big thing of Starburst. I said, thank you so much. It was the sweetest thing. I ain't want no flowers. I ain't need no balloons or candy.
Right.
It was
The
I
Right.
meaning behind it.
still
Right.
that poem now. I read it to him about a month ago.
Right. I mean, you can change somebody's life. You can change somebody's life for $5.
You sure you can? You can't you?
So, I mean, it is not.
Gifts shouldn't have a price tag.
No, I
No.
said I mean, it's all about that. Said that the thought that drives it. Because again, nobody has to do anything. So So somebody takes the time, and effort to think of you and all that stuff. I feel the same way, Renika. Oh my God, like, that same birthday for the same sister, my dad got her for her graduation gift. Every single teacher she's had since first grade did a voice recording, like wishing her congratulations from first grade.
Wow.
My dad went and found every single teacher, and then had them record congratulations for my sister in this book, and then and one of those teachers was the mayor of Las Vegas.
Wow.
And he got all of them to do that.
See, if you go levels like that, man, it's like, oh, you can't even come back from that.
Right.
Yep, that's sweet.
So that means, so I kind of learned from, learn from that dude, like that, that matters. And especially people that are very wealthy, and people that are very, very wealthy, like, or not even wealthy, just have good jobs, so to where you can, if you want to buy a PlayStation, you want to buy a watch, you want to go, out to eat, you can do all those things by yourself. Those are the people that you really, really have to find something special for them that doesn't really cost any money.
Yes.
And so, like, because that will always hit them right in the chest, because everybody just buys them, expensive baubles all the time. No one takes the time to actually write them a poem and give them Starburst,
or get to know what they actually like.
Right.
Don't like.
Right. And so, like, yeah, I mean, like, I remember, like, the father-in-law, like, he had he's a big gun collector, so I got him like a really nice, like, in a wood box, like a gun cleaning kit, as an example.
See how awesome is that?
Mm-hmm.
My mom, for Mother's Day, I made her a book with me going through my journey of Crohn's. My mom has been there every step of the way, from me being first diagnosed. She was there. So I made her a book. It had a front half that my rock, and the picture of her when she was younger. And then as you open the book up, it's photos of me and her, like I'm laying in the bed and she beside me, or I'm on the covers, or I'm in the hospital, and each page had a word up there, like words to describe how I felt and how I appreciate her. Awesome. And she got that, and she just cried, and I cried. I'm just getting tears thinking about it now. It was just so, she said, I've never had anything this beautiful. I said, because you can always keep this, because I really appreciate you. Mm-hmm. My mom the same. She loves small things like that. It really brings her heart a big smile.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm the same way. And I said, my whole family's the same way. Like, I think, my dad does all that. My mom does that. They're really, really big on, I think it's why, CJ, that, like, that David Meltzer, empathy, like effective communication, all those things that he stands by is, like, literally is where I came from. That's why, like, man, this guy is, like, talking the same language, now, because, before he was doing different stuff, but
now we hear it.
Yeah, now, yeah. Oh, that matters, that type thing. But, so that's kind of what, really kind of like attached me to him. Like, man, this guy, believes in the same thing: gratitude, empathy, putting thought behind things, valuing people, all that kind of stuff so that's kind of what him, to David Chin, to all these other people, because they're on that kind of same wavelength. It's like, it's not only about money, it's about, relationships too.
I agree.
Speaking of that, the reason that, we're attached with this book is, is not only for our own personal relationships, but also our professional relationships. And so, the thinking that was behind, if you know the person's love language in front of you, does this person like gifts? Does this person like quality time? Does this person like affirmations? That you can actually, do effective business with the person sitting in front of you. Yep. I would definitely agree with that too. And, and really kind of looking at people a little bit differently that way. Like, when you're talking to somebody, like, how can I more effectively communicate with this person? And so.
Exactly. Me being a therapist, I have to utilize a lot of hacks in my profession, because I have a lot of clients and every personality is significantly different. Mm-hmm. But once you have a personal bond with each client individually, you would learn so much about them at the core versus what you see at the surface. And you can see that some of them are very emotionally drained, emotionally broken. Some of them have never had a hug or a kiss or I love you, abandonment issues, rejection issues. some of them don't know how to be in successful bonds because they have come from broken families and broken homes. So we have given clients this test to see where they are with their life because their partner can benefit from knowing how to love them as they're trying to love their partner. So it's been very important for me to give a few of my clients this test. Like a lot of females who've had like a lot of history of sexual abuse and trauma, they
Mhm.
date men whom resemble people that they have hurt and abused them. I mean, like, why do you do that? Because that's all they know. They not know is more out there from them versus what they're used to. So this has been a very big part of my profession with some of my clients. So they're very big part.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what you don't know. If you
Yeah.
only been if you only been a, that's the thing with especially kids and stuff. I mean, so I'm a dad, 5-year-old and stuff, and so like, kids have no idea what's not normal, and so like so the way you live your life is this. They think that's the way everybody's living their life, and it's not until they're a lot older to where they start having friends and going over to people's houses and stuff like that. We actually say, oh yeah, well, Jimmy's mom is different, or Joey's dad is different, or whatever, but up and over for a while, 6-7 years or whatever, they're going to be with you. And so if you, yeah, said, if how you, show affection, how you treat people, that can do, they can't do anything for you, all these different things, like your kids are always going to be, paying attention to that. And so,
That's true.
keep that. And so, and also, love languages for children, I guess there's that too. I actually was looking in the book, or I think it was in the book or the website, and like,
They have
but
different types of books.
yeah, and so yeah, but for Grayson, it's but for my little guy, like I think it's like 8 or 9. It's like 9 years old before it even matters.
Mhm.
Because they literally don't have because the reason I just said you don't have enough world experience with meeting different people, and all your brain isn't developed enough to actually know what kind of makes you happy,
That's
type
true.
thing. And so
That's true.
so yeah, so he's fine.
I think this book is awesome. I really think that for anybody that is questioning like how can I become a better partner or
I
what,
just recommend it to everybody, Renika, honestly,
yep,
just to
true that.
find themselves, see how they should be loved, and then, once they know how to love themselves, go out and,
And love
love
somebody
somebody
else.
else.
Hmm.
Right.
Honestly,
Right,
Love
right.
you
somebody.
can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself.
And you know what?
Facts.
Self-love is the,
Mm.
oh my God, I'm so glad you said that. And I mentioned to you guys before, I don't mind sharing that I have been the most insecure of my life in my last past 7 months because of what I had going on with health wise.
Mm.
Like, girl, if you don't get out of that far, this is not what you about. But in the same token, just really learning how to love my new self is where I'm gaining my new found confidence, if that makes
Hmm.
sense. Reverting back from where I was in 2019 to where I am in 2020. So self-love plays a big part. Before you can love anybody, you gotta love self automatically.
Exactly.
If not, your insecurities will come through very quickly before they even see you. They see all your insecurities right then. Like, dad, what
Mm.
about me?
I wanted to bring up one thing too about relationships and love languages.
Mhm.
Usually the first 2 years of relationships, you're in that, in love phase, you know what I mean? Like you're just obsessed with your partner. You don't see anything wrong with them. But like after those 2 years, like
Wow, you're
that's
annoying.
that's where you start to pick up on different things. Like if your partner hasn't been filling your love tank then, and those 2 years hit and that in love phase like falls out, and wherever your love tank is at, you're gonna notice that. You're gonna be like, dang, she does this. Oh, I find this annoying. I find that annoying. Like you're gonna start to see a lot of things that you don't like, and then you're gonna want to change your partner, right?
The way
But
you breathe annoys me.
yeah, like you're gonna want to change your partner, but at the end of the day, that's not what it's about, man. You're supposed to let your partner do what they want, but you're supposed to communicate with them to let them know things that they shouldn't do that bother you,
Mhm.
and things that they can do to help improve your love tank.
Right. Also like, yeah, I mean, also if there's things that you don't like about your partner, you have to be, watch yourself that you're not being a hypocritical person also.
Exactly.
Like, like you can definitely expose yourself about the things that you like and don't like.
Hmm.
you know, and so and so you know, so just kind of making sure that, you know, whatever you say, like, you know, I wish you would do this, I wish you would do that, like, are you
Are
doing
you
those
doing
things?
it?
You know, so
Exactly.
you know, and if you are, and again, like, listen, no one's supposed to do anything like, you know, eating better or doing or working out or eating this thing, drinking water, that stuff. So like, you know, also that being the change you want to, you know, you seek in others. You know, so just try to limit the hypocrisy, and that's also going to help a lot with love, the love tank. So
Mhm.
That is true. And I
mhm,
agree with that. Being a hypocrite in relationship is very big. Like,
mhm.
one time this guy I dated, he told me, yeah, all my girls gotta have their own apartments and stuff. I'm looking like, but you got a roommate. What? Couldn't make any sense.
Facts.
It's
See,
cause he
I
wants to
want to
go
be
sleep
living in
at their place. That's why.
right. I want to be living single as a dollar bill, but you got a whole roommate and some others. I'm looking like, what? Well, yeah, you gotta have your own apartment. Yeah. I said, but you got a whole roommate and some others. Well, I'm just saying about that. I didn't choose to do that, but I ain't got to. I said, okay, well, you keep on having that thought sitting, that thought in.
right, man. That's hysterical. So,
I'm
and
like,
so yeah, it's like saying, you know, like, yeah, like she got to have a car and you riding the bus.
right. But
So,
people do that though. You gotta
mhm.
have like a lot of females, not me, but I'm saying some
People have
females.
standards.
Yeah. Well, you have to have this,
Standards.
that. But you're looking like, but you don't have this, that, and that. So how you think that
What are
the
you bringing to the table?
right?
Gosh, you know, I remember even like when I was in high school, like, you know, 15, 16, we'd be in the mall with a girl like, oh, them shoes cute. Yeah, they are. You got a job? You know, like,
You
you
gonna
know,
buy
that
them?
you gonna
Buy
buy them? I mean,
those? They look good. You should
are you,
buy them.
are you gonna buy me some shoes? I need some shoes too. So
I think the double standard is kind of like, don't come at me with what I need to have and you don't have yourself. But then again, I can see the aspect of us building together. Like, baby, I don't have a lot, you don't have a lot. Let's work together to build something.
right, yeah,
But have
build.
these overall expectations. You gotta have this. That's what people like. You
Those
so broke. Is that
those are
like
the people who just want to be maintained in life.
right?
Mhm,
Make
They're not in it for love. They just want to be maintained.
yeah, or you
secure.
know, status, or you know, yeah, just yeah,
I
or
don't
they
need
just
this. My man has 2 jobs.
right, or yeah, or it can be bought. You know, yeah, just you want to show the fact that, yeah, they don't have to do anything because this dude has all this money or this girl has all this money or whatever.
Yeah.
For the longest time, people be like, "Yeah, well, my boyfriend got a BMW." I'm like, "But is it yours? How does
Hmm.
that work? It's
Oh,
not
your
yours."
boyfriend.
Ah,
What do you
funny.
got? What are you driving?
It's funny you say that. It's funny say that, Renika, because like my mom told me like this story that her and my dad a long time ago when they were still married and stuff. They were at a dinner party, and this woman was like, oh yeah, you know, my husband, you know, he was supposed to be a doctor, and you know, he's supposed to have all this money, but being a doctor, and you know, doctor is so great, and you know, and then he became an accountant, and you know, which is so lame, and you know, I feel like, you know, la 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 la, and kind of just down talking this dude in front of, you know, this in the entire dinner, right? You know, like, you know,
Her
he,
husband.
yeah, like, you know, he sucks, you know, he should have been a doctor, you know, because I would have all this this class, you know, this all this clout and all this stuff from being a doctor, and my mom was like, well, being a doctor is so important to you. How come you're not a doctor?
Like, hello. Oh, your mama
Exactly.
comes down to the kneecaps.
Mm-hmm.
But check
You
it.
know,
You know,
it's he because the husband seems he's very happy and content with his career choice. You're not.
yeah.
So if it's important to you, why aren't you the doctor?
Hmm. The stat. I think it's more like the status quo,
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, you used to
Hmm.
have it. You used to have all the status if you did it yourself.
right? You on the status.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So why is it his job to get you status?
She
So
just wants to be a doctor by association.
mm-hmm.
a doctor's wife.
Why is he doing the work and not you?
Exactly.
You know, it's scary because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, the love language, a lot of people do like receiving gifts. And I think now in our, I'm calling it newfound a world of social media, these younger kids, all they see is these girls getting these Birkin bags. I think I said it right. 'Cause I don't have one.
Right.
Them Louis Vuittons and
Name
anything
Mm-hmm.
brand.
buy
Mm-hmm.
you. They would do anything to get these gifts.
Social media is ruining our generation or my generation
Yeah, that's
and
why.
Yeah,
lower.
Yeah, that's why we're going to be doing this love languages post and talking about it this week. So
right.
Yeah.
because it's definitely important for
You
IBDs
shouldn't
and
you shouldn't be
mhm.
wanting what other people have.
No.
CJ, I'm gonna tell you this. Jordan, not older than you, but I'm gonna say this. For you to be your age, at your age, I was nowhere as mature as you are. At your age, you are. I was so immature. I think I would have my own business, but my mentality was not nowhere near your mindset, your communication and everything. I'm looking like, yeah, whatever. But you have a different type of perspective on life. And I know for myself, when I was your age, I didn't have that kind of perspective on the things you discuss now. And I can see you being set apart from your generation for the age wise. I think you're older than your actual physical age.
Old soul,
You
maybe.
got oh, got
I consider myself an old soul.
you
I'm not
definitely,
gonna
you
lie.
definitely are a early 80s baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
In
feel
a
like.
in a '90s in a '90s body type thing.
Exactly. I mean, my body feels like I'm 90, but that's
Facts.
about it.
Definitely,
Facts.
but definitely, I think this life now is different. I think this love language is very important. I think we're building these beautiful bonds with people and your partner anyway, is knowing that you can have these conversations and understand each other better. I think it's a very big deal. This book is
Mhm.
it's very in depth in the
Very
detail.
detailed. Like they
Really.
give like so many good examples that just like makes you think about it. Like, damn, that's true. And then like as you're reading it, you start to pull examples from like other relationships you've been in, or a relationship that's your friends or families are in that like you see, and you're just like, damn, maybe I should give this book to them. Like
Right.
I have a couple people that do want to give this book to, but it's up to them if they want to read it.
Right. The whole like leading the horses to water type thing.
Exactly.
So.
You can
You
lead them
like
to
pass it
water, but
around
you
to
can't
five
make them
people,
drink.
then
Mhm.
get it back to you.
Mhm.
Like a little book circle, and get it back to you for people who know that really want to will read it.
Hmm.
And y'all can have like discussions about it and whatnot. A lot of men I've talked to, a lot, like a lot. I'm saying some men I would try to give them this, like, I ain't doing this mess. What is mess about it? It's something
It's a
to
book.
do.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, it's like, like you claim you want to talk to me more for more than 5 minutes, so why can't you read the book?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
You learn about me a lot if you read this book.
and so, I mean, yeah, it is interesting. I mean, there are guys and men and women out there that are like, yeah, that I want to be taken care of, bought, and that's just, and that's just a different personality. There's nothing wrong or right about
Guys
that.
and girls.
Yeah, guys and girls. Emphasis on guys and girls.
Hmm.
So that kind of interested in that.
The thing that
Um,
I see that's the big problem is that people don't have goals anymore. People
mm,
don't want to strive to do anything above and beyond. They just want to live comfortable. They just want to do things that make them feel good. They don't
yeah,
want to do the hard things.
that's true. And that, and it is.
That's
I think
cool until,
it's
something
society.
happens, you
Our
know.
society is a little bit like that. Our society creates a situation to where kind of that 8, 8, and 8. And they work for 8 hours a day. You hang out at home for 8 hours and you sleep for 8 hours, and that's kind
Yep.
of. And so
Yeah.
that's that was kind of it was kind of created that way a long time ago, and we're our society is kind of built as a kind of employer employee type of thing. And so that's why entrepreneurship, doing things for yourself, is like not really taught. You have to figure it out for yourself, because in the way everything's set up is just that. Is just to be kind of a cog in the wheel a little bit. So.
You also gotta think about it. Everybody has the same amount of hours in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I
Mm-hmm.
You
had
don't
this
have to sleep 8 hours.
No,
right.
and a lot of people don't. And
Exactly.
so, and so,
So for my job, I have an access activity for my clients that they do. It's called the things in your life right now.
Hmm.
And you have 168 hours in a week. You have to write down what you do in 1 week and see exactly where you're spending your time. Or is it social media, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever you're doing? Then identify areas you want to change for yourself. So I gave them a scenario. I said, yeah, Beyonce, she, is a mother. She's a wife.
Hmm.
She's an artist, but she have people take care of her kids for her, to drive for her. They have She's buying other people's time to have
mm-hmm,
her have more time.
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
And so we
mm-hmm,
don't have that luxury. So we either gotta shave off for 2 hours out of sleep or get up 2 hours before work to get things done.
Exactly.
Be able to have
mm-hmm.
the time in our schedule to get things done that we want to have for us to be better ourselves. You know what I'm
You have to
saying?
have that commitment. You have to be
Yes.
committed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
also about love. Love is, like I said, love is very complex. I see it as love is a choice, love is a feeling, and I forgot the other one. I'm brain fogging. But let me backtrack a little bit. Love is a choice because, you're choosing to love that person, you can one day not even love that person. You could be like, you know what? I don't feel like I love this person anymore. It like
Mm-hmm.
feelings fade, right?
Right.
So that's why also love is a commitment because you have to commit to this person and sometimes you're going to do stuff that you don't like, you know? And if your spouse or your husband, they need that in order to fill their love tank, you're just going to have to do it. You're going to have to suck it up. Would you rather, not do that and lose your spouse, or would you rather do that and have your spouse happy and y'all be good?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
in them gems.
Yeah.
Right. Dropping,
Got them
dropping,
gems.
dropping science, B. Type thing.
Some knowledge.
That's
But,
awesome, guys. I
well,
really.
awesome. It was awesome. And well, thank you, for everybody for watching, for listening. We're probably gonna wrap it up here.
Hmm.
You guys can, anybody who's watching, listening, can check us out on www.crohnsveteran.com. Can check out our awesome YouTube channel. You can check us out on Anchor, the podcast on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Our Twitch channel, Chill Ghost, and I think mine's Jordan Crohn's or something like that now.
Jordan Crohn's vet.
Yeah, Jordan Crohn's vet is mine now. And so connect with me, follow me, reach out to me on Instagram. Renika, CJ, all of us, we would love to talk to you.
Definitely.
And so and thanks
Also,
for
you
listening.
could check out the podcast, or yeah, you could check out the stream off of Twitch too. You could check it out on www.crohnsveteran.tv.
Mhm.
Sweet. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right.
Well, with that, Renika, any last words?
Well, I just want to say to everyone that's out here that's listening today, just try to go out, try to read the book. If you can't get the book, you can go online and Google the love languages and take the quiz up there and just find any kind of reading. Or if you can't have a hard time reading, you go to YouTube, type in the love languages as well. And you can also get a lot of information about this topic. And just be very mindful that, it's good to know where we at. So just keep the love, stay positive, and stay encouraged, you guys.
Awesome.
Read it
Thank you,
with your
thank you.
partner. If you're in a
Definitely.
Have one.
relationship, read it with
Yep.
your partner.
And also if you have a job or a business, you might have your employees and read it too. So